Hello and welcome to the National Baseball League, and today we got some more recaps, some interesting stories. This is just board 1. We'll have board 2 after this. Top to bottom, left to right. Day 3 of this. Yeah, the Albuquerque Aliens and the Utah Raptors. So Albuquerque had a pretty solid day. Five runs on 6 hits with an error, and they only allow 3 runs for Utah, and the Raptors get 3 runs on 9 hits, and they get an error as well. And this gives the Albuquerque Aliens a 2-1 series lead. They'll finish tomorrow. Today, probably, when you're watching this. If you're new to the National Baseball League, this is my custom baseball league. And then we got the Boston Whalers and the Tampa Bay Titans. Boston, they just keep winning. They just keep winning. Tampa Bay, no answer. In this game, they get shut out in 5 hits. And no errors for Tampa Bay. 1 error for the Whalers, but the Boston Whalers, 6 runs, 10 hits. They shut them out 6-0. And they'll look for the sweep tomorrow. So then we have the Minnesota North Stars and the New York Knights. So, very similar to this game. Exact same score, too. And then, except for they've only played this only the second game. So Minnesota, they took game 1 pretty easily. The New York Knights, with an answer here, they're able to hold on to their and win the game 5-3. 5 runs and 6 hits for the Knights. The Northern Lights, 3 runs on 9 hits. So they only score about a third of their runs, and they do have an error. Series tied 1 apiece, and I believe they finish tomorrow. A lot of these finish tomorrow. And then we move to the second row. We have the St. Louis Stars and the Las Vegas Gamblers. So St. Louis, 8 runs on 14 hits. So and no errors for them. So they gotta get a lot of guys on base. They only bring in about slightly more than half of them. But that's well more than a lot of offense for the Stars in this game. And the Gamblers, just 2 hits, 2 runs on 7 hits. And yeah, the St. Louis Stars lay 2-0. Either against tomorrow or the next day. Do not remember on that series. And this one will finish tomorrow to get to cover this one today. The Toronto Huskies and the Montreal Expos in Toronto. So, Montreal blew them out in the first game of the series. Or no, Toronto blew them out the first game, like it was like 13-5. Trying 15 hits, I think. And then it was a 9-1 blowout win for Montreal yesterday as I'm recording this. And then today, the Toronto Huskies, they had a 6-1 lead, and they just barely hold on and beat the Expos 6-4. 6 runs on 8 hits and 1 error for the Toronto Huskies. 4 runs on 7 hits for the Montreal Expos. And the Toronto's going to look for the series winner tomorrow instead of it being split. So San Diego and San Francisco, the Firebirds and the Seals, San Diego Seals. So good game for the Seals. They scored 9 runs on 13 hits, no errors, and they were able to hold San Francisco to 3 runs on 10 hits. So they're not letting San Francisco bring their runs home. 1 error for the Firebirds, and the Seals lead 2-0. They should finish tomorrow. This is what I'm happy about. This one also finishes tomorrow. Down the bottom left corner. The Columbus Aviators and the Philadelphia Liberty. Columbus with a big 5-4 win on a row versus the Philadelphia Liberty. 14 hits. And to just Philadelphia's 9. the Liberty, they only get 4, so that could have been a walk-off. Honestly, there's a good chance it is. So the Aviators really good win there over Philadelphia. Series tied 1 apiece, so hopefully Columbus can get the win tomorrow. I am a Columbus Aviators fan. That's the team I'm rooting for in this league. Then we have Vancouver and Houston. So this game 2 of the series, Vancouver, they just absolutely demolished them. Like, I think it was like 8-2 in game 1. And then here's game 2. The Vancouver Grizzlies, they're able to just outrun they get the extra run to win over the Houston Cosmos, 3-2, 3 runs on 7 hits for the Grizzlies, 2 runs on 8 hits for the Houston Cosmos. No errors on their team. Good win by Vancouver. I'm gonna see if they can sweep it. And then we go to Memphis and Cincinnati, game 2 of this series. The Stingers, they had a blowout win in game 1, which they did cover, 5-0 shutout. And then they barely take this one, 4-3 over the Memphis Blues. The Stingers, 4 runs on 10 hits. Blues, 3 runs on 9 hits. So, pretty evenly matched game. But the Stingers get the win. They lead 0, and that will do it for this board. See you in a moment. Actually, really, like 30 minutes for me. Something like that. See ya in a moment. So, here's board number 2. Same old thing. Oakland and Atlanta. Here we go. So the Oakland Ocean, they blank the Atlanta Arrows 2-0. Both teams with 6 hits. So some really good defense for the Ocean, and they win this one despite having an error, and they lead the series 2-1. So then we go to the middle. Same thing happened 2 times in a row. So it was a 4-3 win for Portland yesterday over the New York Sailors. And now it's a 5-4 win. 5 runs on 8 hits for Portland. 4 runs on 10 hits with an error for the Sailors. And the Anchors lead 2-0. And I believe the series ends tomorrow. And then we have the Texas Twisters and the Washington Monuments in Texas. So, Texas, they took game 1 5-1. And the Monuments, here with game 2, they destroyed the Texas Twisters 9-1, 12 hits. And then the Texas Twisters just 1 run on 5 hits, and they made 2 errors at the ball game. So Texas, they struggled the whole game, but the Monuments did a great job not letting them score. And the series tied 1 game apiece. So then, final 3 games. The Chicago Railers again. They're 0-5 to start. They had the 2-game opening series, and now they're 1 game from being swept by the Edmonton Eagles. As they have lost this one 12-5. Things just keep getting worse. They came close. They were close yesterday to winning a game. And then this one, they gave up 13 hits. And Edmonton scored 12 of the 13 hits. And the Eagles, they give up 5 runs on 9 hits. But they blow Chicago out of the water and win 12-5. Final game of the series tomorrow. Can Edmonton get the sweep? My guess is probably. Then we move to the first series is finished. It's the first series over in the NBL. So the Detroit Motors and the Seattle Stingrays in Seattle. And this one, it's a series sweep. The Detroit Motors, 5 runs on 9 hits. They give up 11 hits to Seattle, but they do a good job keeping them on base. They only let 2 of the 11 score. And the Sasquatch commit 3 errors. And yeah, that basically a shot to the foot for the Sasquatch, and they lose the game 5-2. And Detroit sweeps the opening series of the season for the Motors. And the Sasquatch, they get shut out in their opening series. Down to the final game. And this series will finish tomorrow. The Orlando Sunrays and the New Orleans Gators. 12 runs for Orlando on 20 hits. Versus no errors for Orlando, no errors for the Gators either. So the New Orleans Gators, they only score 4 runs on just 7 hits compared to 20. And yeah, they had no chance of winning this game. And the Sunrays have won all 3 games, and they're looking for the sweep tomorrow to win the series. We'll see if it happens. So that's pretty much it. All the games. And I'm Thomas Heroes. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.